So we are just absolutely delighted to have Councilman Johnson here with us. It is such a privilege having you. So let me just give a little information about Councilman Johnson. He's going to today speak about overcoming adversity through the lens of a Harford County veteran. His quote, one of my heroes, "Great leaders are almost always great simplifiers who can cut through argument, debate, and doubt to offer a solution everyone can understand." And that's Secretary Collin Powell. He will share why it's important to help support veterans. County Councilman Andre Johnson was born in Harford County and has lived in the Edgewood area nearly his entire life. He was honorably discharged or served in the United States Army as an armored crewman and retired as a non-commissioned officer. During a brief break in service, he joined the Baltimore City Police Department and graduated from the police academy in August of 1997. He completed 2.5 years in the Eastern District of Baltimore City, and then he transferred to the Harford County Sheriff's Office in January of 2000. He returned to service country in the United States Army after 9/11. He served in Iraq, Germany, Korea, Turkey, Fort Lee in Virginia, Fort Knox in Kentucky, and he also served several forward deployment locations. And he received many awards and decorations as a non-commissioned officer. He's married to Shauna Johnson, who I met, who had the privilege of meeting at our welcome home in July of 2005, and they have 5 children. He's committed to supporting, empowering, enhancing Harford County youth and families. His passion inherently lies within Harford County, where he was born, raised, and currently resides. So Councilman Johnson, we are so privileged to have you, and I now turn the floor over to you.
Well, thank you so very much. I truly appreciate you all having me today, and especially to give some inspiration and motivation to the community. And I can't thank Gilchrist enough. Look, I looked at your little motto, and it's all about diversity, inclusion, and equality, and that's the bedrock of my campaign, especially for my community and for the veterans that I serve here in Harford County, because we're so close. I'm so close, like I'm literally maybe 2 minutes away from the Aberdeen Proving Ground gate. So this is great. I'm sorry, I didn't know that this even existed, but I'm so happy God works in mysterious ways to pull us all together. So I just truly appreciate you all so very much. Listen, so my hero, one of my heroes is Collin Powell, and you heard the quote from Collin Powell, and that's so true for leaders, because we're all leaders, no matter what industry you're in or what you're doing, whatever the case may be. We're all leaders. So I truly believe that leaders, true leaders, can cut through all of the argument to get to everyone to a commonality, so that we can move forward, so that we can forge ahead, because that's what it takes is us all coming together, putting all of our minds and all of our thoughts on the table, and forging a path forward for everyone. So so when I saw his quote years ago when I was in the Army, I said, wow, and that motivated me even more to be a great leader. So the funny part about, or the great part about being in the Army is that, or being in the military service is that you're around a whole lot of different people, and if you don't understand diversity in the military, then something is wrong, because there are no atheists, there are no racists in a foxhole, right? So that's I've seen a lot of people and heard a lot of things, and the motivation that that the Army has given me and my soldiers and things of that nature about inclusion and working together has fueled me to be a better leader. I look at adversity as being, you can have inward adversity and you can have external adversity, right? So a story that I looked at and I started really diving into was a lion and a gazelle, right? So every day in Africa, you know, both of those animals have to get up and run, right? Because that gazelle is running to save its life, and that lion is looking to feed its family, right? And both of them are running towards something. But when I really started drilling down and started looking at both of those animals, one thing changed my perspective about both of those animals is that the lion is trying to feed his family, so he or she is always on the hunt, always proud. The gazelle, he or she only runs if the lion is chasing it, right? And sometimes adversity, it will either have us on the run and chasing for what we have, or chasing for what we want, or sometimes adversity can almost paralyze us, right? And stop us in our tracks. And I just want to emphasize that we as the veteran community should always be on the hunt, be always on the prowl, have all that motivation and inspiration to do more and do better for our communities, for our families, for ourselves. So I just want to encourage everyone to make sure that we are like that lion, knowing that we have to always be moving forward and moving to make sure that we are forging a path forward. And finally, the last story that I want to tell you all about is that, you know, I saw a documentary on golf, and I don't know if you all know this, but the very first golf ball was designed smooth, right? And the more they hit that golf ball, the more dense, the more bruises that golf ball had. And so the designers of the golf ball said, wait a minute, the smooth golf ball only went so far, but the bruised golf ball traveled a little bit further, right? So I'm trying to weave this story in here because it takes it sometimes in adversity, we're gonna have bumps, we're gonna have bruises, we're gonna have all of that stuff. But God tells us that, you know, He's got a bigger plan for us, and that those bumps and bruises are only something that He is going to make sure that we can travel a little bit further. So adversity is only those bumps and bruises that are designed to make us carry forward and go a little bit further. So I just want you guys all to know and understand that no matter the challenges, no matter the tribulations that are going on in your life, that you and we all go through these bruises, right? We all go through challenges in our life, but that's just the little bit that is designing us to go a little bit further. So I encourage you all to just, you know, keep motivated, keep moving forward, and we're all going to get through this together. I thank you all so much. I cannot express how much I truly appreciate you all. And I absolutely love, just your vision and your mission at Gilchrist. And, let's all get through this and move forward, because we all have bumps and bruises, and some of us don't show it and don't and we don't recognize it. But as community members, as veterans, let's all support one another, even if we don't see that person next to us going through something. At least encourage them, tell them every day, that, hey, how are you doing? And that matters when we say just the little things. How are you doing? So thank you all once again, and God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilman Johnson. I did not know about the golf ball and why. I didn't even think about why it has those indents, because it goes farther. And I loved what a great analogy of our lives, and the challenges do make us go stronger and go farther, right? It's the lens, how we look at things. So now I'd like to open up. Anybody have comments, thoughts, questions for Councilman Johnson?
You mentioned adversity, and first of all, thank you for being here. You mentioned adversity, and you also mentioned overcoming that. What is the biggest triumph in supporting the veterans in Harford, and what is the biggest challenge been? Like, what has been the biggest adversity?
The biggest adversity here in Harford County, because veterans, whether you're a male or a female, veterans have this thing inside of them where we feel like we can fix our own problems. We can, muscle through those problems. The adversity is getting those veterans out if they're going through some issues, or if they just need a little help or encouragement, is to actually get them involved and engaged. So that's been the biggest issue, because look, let's face it, PTSD is a real thing, right? And there's a lot of folks that don't want to say that they have some challenges in their lives because they're going through something. But that has been the biggest challenge, of making sure that our veterans are getting the proper help and encouragement here in Harford County. And the thing that has, for me, that has been, overcoming that, is to make sure that the veterans here in the community first know what their options are and know what's out there. Because a lot of veterans, once you get inclusive and you kind of hunker down, a lot of times they don't know what's out there, and you don't know. When you don't know what you don't know, then you can never move forward. So I think by having these resources and pulling everyone together, and having a message that is being broadcast out there, whether it's word of mouth, social media, print, then that's been the biggest thing in Harford County, is really having a marketing for our veterans, to say, hey, look, here are your resources, and let's go. Let's get you into these resources.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So when did the light bulb come on for you? What or who was your inspiration to recognizing that this sort of message needed to really get out there to support everyone that you spoke about just a few minutes ago? Like, when did that, how did that realization come to you?
2015. I can document it. 2015 was the date that was the time when I retired from the military, right? And I came back to my home of record, And when I got back here, I saw so many needs. And we always know that someone's going to drop the ball here, or we can kind of infill over here things. But 2015, because when you're in the military, you're like, the military, it's its own community, and all your resources and everything are provided for you. You're telling your soldiers, hey, go to the dental clinic, make sure that you get your teeth clean, go get your annual checkups, make sure that your med pros are all of that stuff. But when you come back to the real world and you see that people are, whether it's veterans, or even those those agencies that are not filling in those areas, then it's heart-wrenching for me, because I retired, so I have an income coming in. My wife works. I'm a councilman, so and it was just a little heart-wrenching in 2015 to see that a lot of the folks that I served with, and especially being in the proximity of Aberdeen Proving Ground, that a lot of those people were not getting the resources. And it was just that at that moment, I said, I have got to do something. Mm-hmm. So thank you very much for that question.
Thank you.
I was thinking about the story between the gazelle and the lion. And the difference for me is that the gazelle is running to protect itself and out of fear. And the lion is running for someone else, on behalf of someone else. And it struck me and reminded me of the things that we will do for others that we won't do for ourselves. I know that personally for my friends, and as a mother, as a family member. But as a veteran, you guys do something that I really can't comprehend, because you all have done that for people that you don't even know. So we thank you for that. And I can't imagine the courage that it takes to do that for people that you don't even know.
Well, thank you so much. I just think about the times that I was in Iraq, and it's, when I look back on that time and then come back to the real world and see all this division, like, what are we really fighting for as a country? Because we're over here, we're sending our men and women over here to fight for, our way of life, right? And how we're living. And then when soldiers get back to the real world, it's like, okay, there's so much anger, so much hostility, so much division. And I really, from the bottom of my heart, I love the time that I served, because it's all about serving people. But now is the time more than ever that, the United States comes together as the United States, and start putting away all this anger and division and hostility, and come together as one. So thank you so much. Well, look, I appreciate you all. I thank you so much. And this is motivating for me. I would have been a little bit more passionate, but we're on Zoom, so I can't be as passionate, because I'm kind of dialing myself back, because I not only do I am I a military veteran, but I'm also a coach, right? A football coach. So I felt that football coach coming out of me, because as an elected official, you have to be sort of like a statesman and temper yourself and everything. But I felt that football coach mentality coming out of me, because and that drill sergeant coming out of me, because this is this is important to me, and this is what motivates me is having conversations like this and really motivating people like this. So I truly appreciate you all. I really, really do.
Well, Councilman Johnson, we thank you. We thank you for your service to your country. We thank you for your service to your community, our community. And we just appreciate you being here and giving us some inspiration and helping us start our week off in such a meaningful way. So thank you. And we look forward to continuing our partnership with you and continuing our work in Harford County so that we can provide the very best care for people in the community.
Well, thank you so much. And, let's get motivated. Let's get inspired, and let's go get them. I truly appreciate you all.
All right, everybody, enjoy your day
Thank
and
you.
rest of your week. Thank you.
For everyone.
Be well, everybody.